So, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Tamburi Mundi YouTube channel live. Today, as you see, Murat is not here. I'm Francesco, artist in residence this year in Tamburi Mundi and announcer in substitution today because Murat couldn't be here. And I will do my best to substitute him. And I give you my personal welcome again to this channel. So today we have a very nice program in this channel. The first part, our guests, the first guest we have is Matthias Hafner, who will do for us just half an hour of workshop impulse about brushes and frame drums, but maybe for sure he will explain better what he's going to do. So let's connect to Matthias to say him hello and have a look of what he is going to do in a few minutes. Matthias, are you there?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello Francesco.
Ciao Mattias, it's nice to see you.
Ciao Francesco. Tutto bene?
Tutto bene. Everything, alles gut. Everything is good. How are you?
Great. I'm here in my little cabin.
Yeah.
Everything is fine so far. And it's nice to see you at least online, if not physical.
Me too. I would prefer to be in person here together, but it's nice. The same. We will do what we can.
Yes.
So, tell us what you are going to do today in the channel.
Well, Murat, he asked me to give a small, how you call it, a Zusammenfassung, a small conclusion.
Impulse workshop, yeah.
Of the workshop I did today. Today I had a workshop with the theme brushes on frame drums or cajon. And I think this never was offered in Tamburi Mundi, so I had the idea because I am busy recording my CD, and I recorded some songs with frame drums and brushes, and I like the sound so much that I thought, why not try to offer a workshop for frame drums and brushes in the Tamburi Mundi festival? Because till now I always teach Pandero since years, and
Yeah.
I'm known as the Pandero guy, but well, this a frame drum thing is also a thing that I'm busy with since many years, and so I'm finally happy to give also a workshop with the frame drum.
Great. So I let you your space. I let the camera on you, and so have a nice training. And we will say goodbye in the end. All right?
Thank you very much,
Bye, Matthias.
Francesco.
See
See
you.
you.
See you.
So yeah, I try to reduce the information because to my workshop participants I had a lot of information that I realized during the 3 hours. Now we have only 30 minutes, so I tried just to give you a short idea about it's not really a concept, but it's just some ideas what you can do with the brushes on frame drum or on the cajon. On the cajon I use a little bit different aspects as well, which I show you. But for now, as most of us are frame drummers here on this channel, I start with the frame drums. And I use, as I'm right-handed, I use the brush in the lap style with the left hand. And you have so many different brushes. I don't know if you can see here on the back. Brushes made of grass, made of nylon, some harder grass, some softer grass. So it depends what sound you want, which brush to choose. For this now I have a very soft brush made by Corbinian Kirchner, who is a brush maker from Germany. They have a beautiful sound, they are well balanced and good. For now I use this kind of brush. Soft sound. Okay. I hold the brush between the thumb and the index finger, and it's a comfortable position like this, and I close my fingers around the brush, and if I play ghost notes, so the notes in between the accents, I just use my fingers to give a small touch to the drum. If I want to play an accent, I go up to give I use my my joint here, my wrist. Okay. So before we start with the different possibilities, my idea was to get to this frame drum brushing from a different perspective, from a perspective of a drummer. And in drumming you have rudiments, which are the basic patterns that you build your technique for playing with sticks. So there are 3 rudiments that are the most important, and the first rudiment, maybe some of you know already because you are drummers. The first rudiment is important, is the single stroke roll. That means just that you play 1 time right, 1 time left, 1 time right, 1 time left, 1, 1, 1, 1. The second important rudiment is the double stroke. Logically, you play 2 with the right hand, 2 with the left hand, 2 right, 2 left. The third important rudiment is the paradiddle, and that's a mixture of the single stroke and the double stroke, which means the first paradiddle, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Paradiddle, paradiddle. Okay? There are 3 other paradiddles depending on where you started. You could start with a double one. Double, paradiddle, paradiddle. But for now, let's concentrate on the first that I just played. Paradiddle, paradiddle. So we start with 2 single strokes, right, left, then a double stroke with right, sorry, and then we mirror it and we start with the left hand. Okay? And it seems to be boring just to play like this. Maybe it is a bit boring. But now you can change with your right hand the sounds that you play on the drum. You can change between the doom, the ta, or the pa, and also you can give accents with the left hand. So let's try to play together a first variation of the first paradiddle, which we start, let's think, let's do this one. That's a nice one. We start with the doom, followed by the brush, and here we do a floating hand. That's the double one that we play with the right hand. So it's doom, brush, floating, with it. We end with the doom. Okay, and the second part of the paradiddle starts with an accent with the brush. Okay, till here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, left, right, right, left. After this brush accent, let's play ta. Okay? Now to complete the pattern, we miss 2 strokes, and that's the double stroke with the left hand. And then we have the 2 paradiddles and the groove. Sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it like this. I played 1 time and you repeat, and then we go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 'As you see, you can already create nice grooves with just 1 paradiddle. Now imagine you take another paradiddle and combine it with the first paradiddle. Let's take paradiddle number 2, because I found a nice Indian sounding groove with this paradiddle. It starts with 1 doom with the right hand, and then comes the double stroke already with the left hand. Okay? First let's do the paradiddle. Sorry? Paradiddle, paradiddle, 1, 1. Or paradiddle, paradiddle. Okay? So you see the beat switches. The first paradiddle was this one, and now we have this one. Okay. Now let's find a nice melody for the second paradiddle, and I found this one great. Let's see if I'm sounds a bit Indian groove in my ears. So what I do is I start with a doom. You can play it with the fingertips or with the thumb, followed by 2 strokes with a brush, and then an accent on the ta, and an accent after that with the brush. After this brush accent comes the double stroke with the right hand, 2 times doom. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we just miss 1 touch with the brush to complete the pattern. imagine you put the two patterns that we did together. Then you have a double long rhythm that goes over 4 beats. The first one was the second one. Together. Sorry. Okay. Oh, it's not easy. Okay, let me myself get it. Okay, it's just to give you some ideas how you can create rhythms with only this one rudiment called paradiddle. Okay. What else did I do with this in this workshop? This kind of playing, if you always change left right but never play them together, is called linear playing in drumming. But of course you have the option also to play the left hand and the right hand together. Okay, and I had the idea to create here ostinato patterns with the left hand. Ostinato means you repeat a phrase, and with the right hand you play rhythms on top of that. So the most easiest and obvious ostinato would be the beat. We play with the brush the on beat, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, and we repeat that. Okay, and with the right hand we could play a rhythm that probably everybody knows of the frame drum community, that's called Maxum, and I would play it now with the right hand like this. Which means dum pa pa dum pa dum pa pa dum pa. Now if we add our brush, it sounds like this. See, I hold the brush here on the side, because if I play a dum at the same time that I play my brush, if I would play the brush in the middle of the drum, it would be a dead sound. So I prefer to play this one here to still have the open sound of the dum. Now I can switch from the on beat to the off beat, and it sounds like this. Offbeat. Onbeat. Offbeat. And so on. Now I can play both on and off beat. One and two and three and four and. Another possibility, you play an ostinato pattern, for example, Malfuf. Everybody knows probably this pattern, 3-3-2. Now it gets challenging because the left hand does another rhythm than the right hand on top. Okay? So you see, you already have many possibilities what to do with the left hand ostinato patterns. Another one would be this one. Okay. Just for you to get an idea or an inspiration, and you can invent your own patterns with the left hand, ostinato patterns. Okay, so before the time runs out, I want to show you another nice effect with the brush. Of course, you can not only beat with the brush, but you can also wipe with the brush, which gives this nice effect. Okay, two possibilities if you wipe, or you stay with your brush on the drum, or you lift your brush to get more attack. Okay, let's try to use this movement also with a Maxum. A traditional way of playing Maxum with snapping would be this. So actually you fill the space you have with a double stroke left hand. So instead of hitting, now we wipe. Gives another color in your groove, in your rhythm. You can change. Okay. Or you just wipe one. Okay, great. Now I quickly want to use the last 4 minutes and show you on the cajon a nice technique. You can do all the same things that we just did on the frame drum. You can do on the cajon as well. I start with the cajon to hold the brush in my right hand, which means that I do on the cajon everything the other way around. So for example, but of course you can play like this also. I use the right hand because I'm a bit stronger with my right hand. I hold this stick. It's a nylon stick with a covered grip, so I don't hurt the wood of the cajon. If it would be metal, you would have a problem. And I also use nylon sticks because the metals brushes, they give a strange color after some time on your instrument. So I prefer the nylon brush. Okay, what we can do here is the same then on the frame drum, but it has a huge effect. If you give accents to this movement, you can create a bass sound in both directions, here or here. Yeah, and you can use this accent in your groove. For example, you go like this. Now I give every third one an accent. I can play grooves. Samba groove. This is the basic samba groove. And 1 and 2. And here I play tambourine patterns. Also use the accent hitting the side of the cajon to create a slap sound, and you can, while doing that, use your left hand to play the bass and the slap. Okay, I think I have to stop. The next guest is here. I hope you enjoyed my little introduction into the brushes for cajon and frame drum, and hope to see you maybe to my workshop this evening with the pandero. Okay, Francesco, you want to say something?
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you. Just thank you. Applause to Matthias Hafner. Thank you, and I'm here with the next guest.
Oi, Gilson, tudo bem?
Ó, tudo bem, Matias?
Tudo bem. Nunca encontramos. Primeira vez online agora.
Bom, pela televisão, né? Indireto.
Yes. So I wish you a lot of success, Gilson, for your workshop, and warm greetings from Berlin.
Thanks.
You live in Munich, right?
One day maybe together, live.
Of course.
I hope.
I hope so too.
Thank you, Matthias. See you
Thank
next
you
day. See you, I hope, very soon.
Yes. See you.
Thank
Ciao,
you
ciao.
so much.
Bye.
Ciao, Matthias Hafner.
Ciao.
So as you welcome back here in the studio in the Tamburi Mundi International Broadcasting Live YouTube channel. It's very professional.
Nice name.
Yes, it's not able to repeat it, but thank you. And we are here with Gilson de Assis with this, as you can imagine, as you saw share with Matthias the Brazilian music passion. And so welcome here in Tamburi Mundi YouTube channel. You will do another workshop, half an hour, another training. So first of all, I would like to ask you something about you. You're
Sure.
very versed in your Brazilian rhythms. What's your history, your story? Where do you live? And what was your short story?
Yeah, very short.
Very short.
I start with the drums. When I was 6, 7 years old. And then slowly I get a taste for percussion. I don't know why, but it's like that. With 8, 9, I started with small percussion, and one day I say, no more drums. I just keep my playing percussion. And I came to Europe when I was 25 years old, more or less. And then I start to play professionally until today. And I research a lot of rhythm around Brazilian. Today is very easy for the people just to check to play, and you have all on your screen. But some 20 years ago, 30 years ago, I have to go at a place with my Walkman and record the people playing and singing. It was really another time, but I learned very much the contact with this big drummers, master drummers in Brazil around, and not just drummers from Brazil, but in the meantime, I hear many kinds of music. I'm hearing jazz music, classical music, and I learn a lot with it. And I could say for the people that are starting to play music or percussion or whatever, it's very important to hear. Yeah. Not only just to be in a cellar and play 10 hours a day. I mean, it's nice for the technique, but very important is to hear what the people are doing. Most people was possible. I mean, with that, I learned a lot. And then I create my own style to play sometimes Brazilian style, sometimes mixing with modern music, pop, etc. And like that, I create my own style to play. And body percussion came just after all. It's more or less, I would say more or less new for me. I play body percussion since about 10, 15 years ago, not before. Before I was busy with many kinds of Brazilian instruments, repique, berimbau, pandeiro, and many others. And meanwhile, I was not just recording a lot of people, solo albums, but I wrote 4 books about Brazilian percussion. One, pandeiro, second one, Brazilian percussion, ensembles, samba reggae, samba batucada, maracatu. The third one was a Brazilian conga, atabaque. And the fourth, take me 4 years to write it. Yeah, a berimbau. This that's the place for capoeira. But in the traditional music, you play for capoeira, but you can do many things with this instrument, modern and jazz, everything you can play. And that was more or less my experience.
Great. So if someone of you wants to know more about Brazilian music and go deeper, for sure you can check the books of Gilson.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Go deeper. Okay, so now what are you going to do for us today in the channel?
I would say last time, for about 2 months ago, I was showing some body percussion exercises, and at the same time, accompaniment for pandeiro, what the people could do it with pandeiro to adapt rhythms from pandeiro to body percussion, or in general Brazilian rhythms or even from drums with the body. But the idea is more or less, I would say, but because every body percussionist has another way to think. But basically, it's to try to adapt the sounds from drum set to the body. Yeah?
So a mixing between pandero and body percussion.
Yeah, I show some things now.
So have a nice workshop, and we'll see you later to say goodbye.
Okay.
Review.
It's okay. I didn't see me here, but it's okay, huh?
A video or
Okay. I've people. I was doing kind of workshop, as I told you, a couple of months ago. With more or less, I showed some exercises in Brazilian music field, things like samba reggae. For example, how to play a samba reggae with a body percussion, and with how to use the voice also. And so on. I'd like to show you today, still in Brazilian style, some, we could say, independence exercise. Where you can do like a drum, a bass drum. If you have, if you think about a drum set, that would be a bass drum. That would be a hi-hat, more or less, and that would be a snare drum. And then you can have some toms here, 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 or the foot. You can say 3 toms: first tom, second tom, and third tom. Can use it as toms. And the first exercise I will show to you, you just play with your leg with the left hand, in the right hand you just do what the drum set is doing in Brazilian music. The drum set, the bass drum is doing 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And you just play a kind of cowbell with the left hand. It's cowbell. People are doing the traditional music to samba de caboclo, a rhythm for religious, a rhythm for atabaque. People are playing atabaque. Besides them atabaque players, there's one guy with a bell is doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And if I put together with the bass drum, sounds like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You can try with the right hand, exactly the same. It's a little bit difficult, but possible. You can also change right, left, right. There's many exercises you can do with. And if you think that it's a little bit difficult, you could simplify the whole thing to this bass drum and the 2 empty 16. Use some snaps, like this time of right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Instead, you do right, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. In between, I missed the bell. I'd like to do the bell. It would be so nice if I could do the bell. How can I do that? How can I do that? You can do it with your voice, the bell, like ta 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 ta. For example, And as I told you, you can have a lot with fun, of fun with it. And if you go further to another field, not only Brazilian percussion, but modern, pop music, we can do a kind of funk also with the body. And funk, I would play a funk in pandero like that. I can do exactly the same for the body. 3 and 4. You can use your voice to make a kind of hi-hat or the kind of shaker. And you can use in between many effects, voice effects. It will be very funny to do effects with the throat, like for example. Or things like many possibilities you have to do it with it to have a lot of fun. And a kind of a very funny sound is to shake yourself, like you can combine with this groove. It's going like just shake yourselves, very nice. It will be very relaxed to do it. And if you get already this groove in your hands, if you know how to, I just show you now very slowly how you can do that. It's a very nice groove. First of all, right hand on the left chest. You don't do, for sure, not like that. The body percussionists are not playing with the right hand on the right chest. It's a little bit strange if you do like that. Normally, right hand at the left chest. For sure, if you have a fly in your shoulder, you do like that, not like that. That's the difference. Don't do like that, but like that. That's why normally anatomic, we could say anatomic, right hand of left side and left hand of the right, on the right chest. You do, the first movement is right hand, snapping, feeling with your left, snapping to the right, and it's like a bow. Okay, right, left, right, left. I repeat, right, left, right. That's the first part. And if you go on, you make a clap afterwards. A1, 1, 2, A1, 2. I repeat, 1. You have to pay attention with the right hand to do it. You could like that too. But you have a left hand. You have drummers. You have 2 hands. You have to use both hands, not just right or just left, but both together. Not together, but both has to work. Not only left or not only right. Even if you say, I'm a right hand, but it's the same. You have to use your left hand too when you do it. Again, so, conta, 1, 2, A1, 2, A1, 2, A1, 2. Second part, tom, 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 pa, and chest, 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 and chest, 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 right, left, right, right, left, right, on, right, left, right, tap, in, right, left, right. If you put both together, first part, tum, tum, ta, right, left, right, tum, tum, ta, right, left, right, chest, chest, chest. Okay, first part again, tum, tum, ta, tum, tum, ta, tum, tum, ta, and then right, left, right, a, two, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, play a little bit faster. Sounds like shaker. But don't forget it. After the last clap, you have still a snap. That could be a little bit, could make a little bit more of work to you, because many people think that's okay. It's not so difficult. Until here, and now with both hands, and then eventually one. After the last clap, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 hands, both hands snapping. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Yes, again, 2. I show again. First part, 2, 2, second part, 2, 2, 2. With snapping. 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Nice is when you get the whole thing on the hand. You can vary the same groove. You can do a kind of hip hop. What's the difference? Funk, hip hop. I would say hip hop. You do more. I would say not 16s, but triplets. That is the feeling of hip hop. If you do the same thing with a hip hop feeling, it's like that. For example, it's the same thing, you see, but I play with another feeling instead. It's more funk and hip hop. Like I said, double triplets. That's the more feeling of hip hop. If you have a hip hop that you like to sing, you can try. It's not so easy at the beginning, but you can try. I just give an example. I just say that in German because I'm teaching. Many children, very often children in the schools, and I show them, not with this group, sure, but a very easy way how to do to sing a rap, and with that written. A rap will be like that. Bist du groß oder klein? Bist du arm oder fein? Bist du schwarz oder weiß? Bist du cool oder heiß? Ganz einfach. Very easy. Bist du groß oder klein? Bist du arm oder fein? Bist du schwarz oder weiß? Bist du cool oder heiß? Zusammen sind wir bunt. Die Welt ist rund. Wir trommel mal den Beat. So geht das Lied. Hey! Das wäre dann ein would be a way to sing a rap with This groove. For example, okay? And how could I could say I could do some variations still, and then in the funk groove. For example, one variation that I like very much. Just play one time, 2 times. Sorry. And again the groove. How do you say? How I did that? I just do. Ta 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 ta. Is a kind of polyrhythmic that we do. Ba 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 ching ching. Ba 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 ching ching. It's a 4. Ja 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 ja. Ping pong. Raka pa ta ta. Raka ta ta ta. Ping pong. And again the groove. Okay, I would say just keep try to do that one a couple of times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. To count is very difficult to count with with it, but it's possible. It's difficult, but it's possible. I repeat: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you get a groove, the variation, the break. Cha 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 cha. And again, you go to the groove. Okay, I do the groove 2 times, 1 variation, and I play the groove again. 2 and 3 and 4. 8. That should be one variation to do with this groove and this funk groove, and 2 times and 1 variation. If I do the same with pandeiro, play it sounds like that. Example, the same, both, you see, it's very, very similar to play pandeiro and groove and body percussion. For sure, you cannot, with your body, jingles and sounds, but you can do, as I told you, you can do with your mouth, with your voice, and it sounds quite cool. If you do them both together, this from the beginning, sounds very nice and mixing with Brazilian groove and funk. So, people, I think I hope that you learn a little bit about body percussion and was some basics. I mean, if you work with it, you can for sure. Sometimes that's the same. If you're a drummer or a guitar player or a piano player, there are things that make a lot of fun. I've always a lot of fun of it, and we can sing a lot of things. You cannot think about to go to holidays and take an instrument with you. You need anything, just your body. And if you know the way to do it and to sing, you can for sure have a lot of fun with body percussion. It's a great thing. Believe me, it's a great thing. Just have to try. At the beginning, you could have a little bit of difficulties, but you can try. I'm sure that you'll be successful. Okay.
Thank you, Gilson. Thank you for your amazing body percussion workshop. Also, I was there and trying to do something. It's nice. And hoping to see you again soon in stage in Tamburi Mundi or elsewhere.
Sure. Yeah, I told already Murat. We have a great pleasure to be here again after I think 5 years. Last time it was a celebration of I think 15 years of Tamburi Mundi. I'm not sure. Or 20 years. No, 20 cannot be. 20 years. 15 years. 2016 was the last time of big friends, Michel Metzler, Andrea Piccioni, and great musicians, Hamesh Shotam. It was great time together. Incredible musicians. For all musicians from all corners of the world.
Yes.
That I like most this festival because it really is very international. And that's we can learn so much. I learned already so much of these guys. I mean, it's really amazing.
It's about frame drums, but as you said, frame drums give us the chance to listen to the traditional music or something all over the world.
Sure.
Something that happens in Tamburi Mundi.
Yeah.
So we are all of us are thankful for this.
Great.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you. Have a nice day. Have a nice summer.
Yeah.
And we continue in just 1 minute with Yinon Muallem. So see you in just 1 minute break. Hello. Here we are. Welcome back for the second part of our program, our daily program of Tamburi Mundi channel. And the next guest we have I see him already ready in Zoom. Is the Yinon Mualem. So we will say hello to him and make an applause of benvenuto. Welcome. Ciao Yinon.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. I
Nice
think
to
we
meet you.
met here, for the first time. I remember here in Tamburi Mundi. It was 3 or 4 years ago. Maybe I don't know if you remember, but
Yeah, I do. I visited
actually,
once,
I
and
cannot hear you. I don't know if there is a problem just with me or also with the broadcasting, but we cannot hear your voice. Just a second, we check, but we cannot just talk.
hello.
Yeah. Beautiful. Now, yes. Okay.
Okay, the
So welcome again.
sound is okay. No delays. No.
Perfect. No, I can hear you very good, and so I think also people at home.
Okay. Good to see you.
Good to see you. So good to see you. It's good to make this chat with you, and we will talk about you in this half an hour we have. And if you agree, we will start talking about your story more or less. So I know you come from Israel originally, but then you moved to Istanbul.
Yeah.
So tell us something about your musical background and your history and your moving, why you went from Israel to Turkey, and for musical reason or for other reason, and how it influenced your musical story.
Okay. First, I'm glad to be a part of this online thing. Hopefully, next time you can do it again live. I hope so. So I just saw. I was introduced like as Turkey, Norway. I have no connection to Norway. This is a mistake. So I just moved to live in Stockholm newly 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
But I was almost 20 years in Istanbul. So I was born in Israel. My parents are of Jewish from Iraqi origin. And my father was a judge, but he also was a musicologist, and he had big interest in the music, the Arabic music. Of course, he listened also to Western classical, but he also listened to the Arabic classical music like Kulthum, Abdul Wahab, and all this stuff. Now, when I was a child, I didn't have connection to this kind of music. I didn't play music. I just played keyboard as a child, but I left it. But I also didn't like, my ear didn't like this music also. But after the army, I started to play Latin percussion. And from there, I moved to the Middle Eastern percussion. I was influenced a lot by Zohar Fresco, and I took some lessons with him. And then I started my career as a percussionist. Later on, I started to play the oud also and compose melodies, so it got involved. But of course, first I was a percussionist, and I came to Turkey first just to play to learn oud with Yurdal Tokcan. I don't know if you know the name. And later on, I joined the group with Yurdal and Göksel Baktagir and some other Turkish musicians. And then I decided to move to Turkey and to try to live there for a while. I didn't know for how long. But then it became a long journey, not just musical, because I met my wife. My wife is Turkish. And I made lots of projects and recordings in Turkey. And of course, I was influenced a lot from the different style of Turkish music, which is classical Turkish, Sufi, Gypsy music. As you know, there are so many kinds of music and borders around Turkey. And it gave me a big inspiration for my albums, for my work. That was the story in short.
Yeah. And so about that, you told that you started with percussion and then you started to study oud in Turkey. So you came from let me say rhythmical instruments to a melodic instrument. So I would like to ask you how in your experience in your life, how the two languages merge one in each other, if you are when you compose or when you play as a percussionist, or and then as a melodical player when you play oud, how the two languages talk with each other in your mind and in your music.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think first playing melodical instrument and rhythmical instruments, it gave me some another opportunities, another possibilities with my music. And in that sense, I'm a bit different than a percussionist that just play percussion instrument. Many of my compositions were melodies, started with melodies, but then I put the rhythmical line. But some of the compositions that has melody also started from a from a percussion. For example, I had well, actually, later on maybe I will play a bit and I give you an example of one of my pieces. It's a more of a percussive piece. It's called the 9 Dreams, and 9 because it's a 9 cycle. And I made it with my friend bassist Yankale Segal. So it's one of the example of something that started with rhythm. I played in my studio. I said, okay, I want to play 9, Turkish 9, but in a more interesting way. How can I develop, or which way I can go? And then I created a rhythmical composition, and after that I wrote the melody on makam, one of the makams, ushak, and then we played percussion, oud, and bass. But basically, it was a rhythmical thing. And actually, my friends that I play with in concerts, always they say, you always, you are a percussionist, you always need to put some tricks with the rhythms to make us suffer or something. I said, listen, guy, I'm a percussionist. I have to enjoy what I do, so I want to challenge you also with that.
Sure.
This is the kind of stuff.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, we will have in few minutes we will have a look to this piece. I think we have the video, but if you prefer, you can play it live. We can decide. But before, I would like to ask you that I know you are a founder of a music school, the Non Muallem Music School. Is it right?
Well, it's right in a way, yeah. But I started a music school a few years ago, but then it didn't work in Turkey. But of course, I taught along the way a lot. It started in the University of Bar Ilan in Israel. Later on, of course, I gave lessons and workshops in Turkey and different places outside Turkey. But this school particularly, it didn't go for a long time. It was a short thing. I still have an idea of years to create a festival around percussion, but not just percussion. I mean, the percussion will be the main, but there will be also melodic instrument. This is the way I went here. I mean, I play percussion, I play frame drums, I play everything, but I always look to this merge, to this fusion between melodies and rhythm.
Okay, but even if you're not in that school, you continue teaching, no? You
Of
have
course.
yeah.
Yeah, I teach, and actually, my first project before my albums was an instructive DVD.
Oh,
The name was Arabic Percussion, and I teach there different Arabic instruments that we know, like darbuka, rick, frame drums, and also there was 9 rhythms teached inside. This DVD is still sold in Amazon and in different places. Yeah, I do still teach to your
and
question.
in your teaching, what's your approach? What's your way? It's more traditional, like in this, I suppose in this DVD, Arabic, or you have your personal approach, so you start with traditional, but you go somewhere else. What's your teaching approach in general?
Well, I in this DVD I was more young, you know, and the techniques were more traditional. But my approach is I'm gonna play what is good for the music.
Okay.
And because I'm composing so much melodies, and it happened like this that I'm more focused in my melodies. When I take the drum, I think what I can play that it will serve the melody. But in terms of my thinking, I'm really open into fusion. I use fusion of techniques. I don't say, oh, we have to play like this. Oh, this is the tradition. There's nothing like that. I just play and hope that I play something that will be nice to the ear of the people, and I don't care what someone plays or how he plays. It's I think the measure or the test is if it's just enjoyable, if you like it, if it's if it's nice. That's all.
Sure, for sure, what you do, it's very nice.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think we can have a look to your piece. Would you like what do you prefer? Would you like we send a video online, or would you like to play it for us?
Maybe both if there is time.
Yes, sure. So we send the video first, yes?
Good.
And then we talk and you explain and play again. So the video, the first is the 9 Dreams.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, we lost the sorry, for some reason we lost the the final corner call. I was
The final,
starting.
the final, yes. But it's okay. What can we do? It's Zoom,
But
you know.
the piece
You know.
was so nice.
I will
We,
play it for you now. I will play
yeah,
it for you.
please. Yeah.
Yeah.
But would you like to tell us something about the video clip?
Yeah, well, I say it's a piece I really like it because it's enabled me to bring my percussion side, you know. In many pieces, I just played like a melody, so stuff I composed like a melody. Here, really, as I said before, is like okay, I sit with the nine and say, okay, this, I I I have this pattern. Let's make it together, and how I can play it more fusion, and then I call my bassist friend and I say, okay, what do you say? Let's record it. And we started to work about it. He was in Israel, I in Turkey. And in one of my visits in Israel, we went to the studio and made the clip, the recording and the clip. And yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, the thing that it's impressive to me is that the I mean the percussion. There is the melodical line, but the percussion has a lot of space, and also they have space just them.
Yeah.
So I think it was the idea of the piece. Am I correct?
Well, I didn't have a specific idea in my mind, but I wanted to make it nice, interesting, and aesthetically.
Enjoyable.
As you see, the rhythm is like the doom, tak, the regular nine, and then we start just with the bass and more calm, and then um, I will show you with the drum.
Yeah.
I hope there is no delays or something. So the rhythm is regular nine of Turkey, like doom. Then the bass. Do you hear the drum? Is okay?
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. And then the bass improvised over it. And in some point, we go into a different pattern that goes like this. So from the nine, doom, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one, doom, doom, ta, doom, ta, estaka, tika, doom, katika, tika, doom, ta, doom. So this is also nine is doom, taki, doom, tika, taka, tika, one, taka, tika, takita, tika, one, taka. And then we shifted from the regular nine to this more percussive fusion thing. And then we went into a part of singing. So the sing goes like this. Da, yo, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. Yo, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. Yo, 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 da, di, da, da. And then it went to the oud solo. So what is this vocal part? It's also nine that goes in parts like six. De, one, de, one, two. So again, all the idea of the piece is taking this nine cycle and trying to express it in different ways.
Different ways, different variations, different subdivisions. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Now, just about the piece itself, if someone wants to learn it, he can look at the video and he can also always drop me questions. I have no problem to explain. I don't have written notes for this.
Okay.
But the last Indian sentence that we skipped in the video,
Yeah.
so it goes like this. So we were in the 9, there was a 9 duet percussion solo. And again, first it was 9/8, doom, ta, doom, ta, doom, taka, taka, and then we went to double time, doom, tak, doom, ta, doom, tak, doom, ta, which means playing 9/16 twice in the 9/8. We did some things, I did something, and then we went to the last part. So the last part goes like this. Ta, doom, taka, 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 doom, ka, doom, ta, doom, doom, taka, 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 doom, ka, ta, 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 doom, taka, 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 doom, ka, doom, doom, taka, 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 doom, ka, doom, ta, di, na. That was the first sentence. It's on 9. So again, if I put my fingers, ta, doom, taka, 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 doom, ka, ta, di, 1. Taka, 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 doom, ka, da, di, 1. Taka, 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 doom, ka, doom, doom, taka, taka, 1, 2, ka, ta, di, na. And then it goes the same sentence, just a bit different and a bit squeezed, more squeezed. So the second sentence is ta, doom, taka, taka, doom, ka, doom, 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 taka, taka, doom, ka, doom, ta, doom, taka, taka, doom, ka, da, di, na, doom, tak, doom, ta, doom, tak, doom, ta, doom. It's all the 9 cycle.
It's very interesting, very nice. Also, the how these different variations goes one into another, and the yeah.
Well,
Congratulations! It's
this
very
is
good, very good. So, who wants to have more information about the piece? Of course, we can put the link on the YouTube channel, so you can see it again until the end, even this conical part, this Indian part who Inon explained us. But before to say goodbye, I would like to ask you a couple of ending questions. The first is that, as you said, you are not Sweden, you are not have to do with Norwegian or Sweden, but you moved to Norway or to Sweden
No,
just
I
two
moved to
weeks ago.
Stockholm, to Sweden.
To Sweden. So would you like to tell us for what reason, for musical reason, or
Would I
for
like to tell you what the hell I do in Sweden?
yeah, why?
What a Mediterranean guy like me does do in Sweden. So,
Exactly.
well, it's a good question. Well, I didn't come for the weather, that's for sure. My wife, Dilek, she's Turkish, and she works for Ericsson for since 12 years.
Okay.
So Ericsson is a Swedish company, and the base of it is in Stockholm, the head office. And 2 years ago, they offered us to move, and we rejected. And this time, we wanted to do it from other reasons. It's about, we thought about, unfortunately, Turkey is an amazing country. It's beautiful, a beautiful culture, beautiful people, but there are some problems, as you know, as a political and non-political. And we decided to try something else. Okay. Maybe for the sake of the children's more than our.
Do you have children? They are young. How old are they?
I have a girl who's 6 years old. Okay. She's playing piano a bit, and my boy played piano. He's 12, but he's into basketball, which is also my thing. I was a former basketball player, and yeah, so the pandemic time was very, very difficult for us because in Turkey there was nothing happening. I mean, in many countries, I know that you're Italian, yeah. I have friends in Italy like Andrea and Simone, and I know what you went through. Everybody went through difficult, but we lost also. We had some losses. I do hope that now, I don't know how, but things somehow will come to normal in a way.
I hope so. I hope so. Every one of us is hoping so. So good luck for your new life there. Last question is that I know that there is a new CD, Norwegian Wood. Would you like to talk to tell
Yeah,
something about this new thing, this new project?
yeah. Norwegian, not wood. Norwegian wood is the piece of the Beatles, the
Okay.
song of the Beatles. My album called Norwegian Oud.
Oh, Norwegian Wood. Okay.
Oud, and I call it Norwegian Oud because I made a new Oriental instrumental cover for the Beatles with the oud. So I found it interesting to call it Norwegian Oud. So Norwegian Oud is my new album. It was released with Galileo Music from Germany, and it's available in all the digital platforms in YouTube. I think there are many. I made it in the pandemic time, and I made it just through home studios. And I was lucky that 18 musicians from all over played in it, from Israel, from Turkey, from India. Amrit played even in one piece from Australia. And the style is world music, but also I can say some jazz influences,
Influence.
because I have a jazz pianist that did some harmonies to my pieces, and I invite everybody to listen to it.
Yeah, sure. So, Inon, thank you so much. Who wants to know more about Inon can go on internet and check his name. And of course, we will put also the link to the new album on the chat so you can have a look and also buy it in the platforms. And it was a great pleasure to have this conversation with you, Inon.
Thank you.
Thanks.
For me too. For me too. And best of luck and health, most important, to everybody.
Yeah, thank you to you also, to your family, and yeah, we'll hope to see each other very soon.
Live, to see each other live.
Best, yes, live. Have a nice summer.
You
Bye.
too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Ciao. Un applauso a Inon Muallem. Thank you. So just short break, very few seconds, and then we come back with the program of tonight concert in live in Tamburi Mundi. See you in a while. Okay, so here we are. Welcome back. We are here again with our last guests for today. As usual, in the last spot, we talk about the concert is going to happen in the night time here live in the Iverk for the Tamburi Mundi festival. And I'm very happy to announce this concert tonight, which is named Spiritual, which is a concert about spiritual and ritual music from different culture. And the performer for tonight will be Haji Ahmed, Nawal, and Pape Dieye, and Murat Joshkul, who is not here, but hopefully will be in the concert. So I would like to ask you something about you and about what is going to happen tonight in the theater. So maybe we start with Nawal, if you agree, because he's a lady, so I'm
Absolutely.
You know,
I'm the oldest.
Ah, yes?
so we have two reasons to. I don't know actually.
So
We will
first
talk
of-
about later.
take 5 minutes to this.
Yeah.
So first of all, tell us something about you. I read that you was born in the Comoros. Where is this place? Where we're coming from?
So Comoros, it's between the north of Madagascar
Uh-huh.
and the east coast of Africa. It's a 4 little island. We was French long time, and then now there's one Mayotte who's still French. Even the United Nations don't agree, but okay, just Google it and we'll know more about. And yeah, and yeah, we are mixed African Bantu, most of us, maybe a little bit also from other ethnic, but majority Bantu and Arabs a lot, Turkish and Yemen and French and Portuguese, Indonesian.
Wow.
You know what? I believe that I come from Mother Earth, like you, like me, like everybody in this earth. We all come from the same land. And I'm so happy I come from this island where everybody come there. So beside any philosophy, I feel home everywhere, even in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, everywhere.
So you grew up there and you started to study.
I came in France, I was about 11 years old.
Okay.
So yeah, but I began to play music in Comoros, but not really like professional. I had my uncles from my mom's side who was all musician, but more like James Brown, you know, like pop music and then in the other side, I come from a big Sufi family. So I was a lot in ritual, Sufi ritual. Since I'm baby, I was singing Allah, you know, because we sing Allah in my country and we dance Allah too.
Okay.
And all the beauty around Allah. And then I come back to France and I grew up in France, in the south of France, where I finally decided that, I studied psychology because I love human and I want to believe that there's something to do. And then even when people look so bad, when we are sometimes so bad, and I believe that we all have the same, kind of contra of making human beings better, because we are all connected, we are all energy, and we are all together. And then so we are water, and the water have the memories. So we are just doing things. We are free. We are not so free, but yeah, we are somewhere free to change things, but to change ourselves. And then that's bring me this idea to become professional, because when I sing, then I have so many people around me. I can tell them, you know, I'm a light warrior. I want to say. I assume it now.
Yeah.
Now I can say, and I believe that, yeah, it's a kind of war, and I'm a politics light.
Light warrior.
Yeah.
Wow, I think it's an important role that you assume for yourself. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's nice. And what's your musical background? So Sufi music, as I assume.
Sufi music mixed. I mean, I love all spiritual music, but I love all music actually. I love traditional music. I love even hip hop sometimes, depend what you play. I think I love all kind of music. It depends all the song. I don't like all the songs, you
But
know.
generally, what's your repertoire that you perform? Generally,
I compose myself.
Okay.
I compose my song most of the time, and yeah, I'm doing all my best to have my spirituality into my music, my African side,
yeah.
my Western side. And yeah, like I said, I grew up also in France, and I begin to know the Pink Floyd in Comoros, you know, before I was 10, you know. So I'm really into mixed fusion,
Okay.
and that's make me maybe come to a question you don't ask me yet, but maybe.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
answer me. Good.
Yes, because you know what I found in this kind of festival, and especially what we offer tonight, it's just this sharing different color, different vibration of traditional of rituals of spirituality, and then I think that especially now we need it because each religion said I'm the best, you know, and then like they always all the time do that, but now there's something like community closing. People want me to be around their community and my community. It's human beings,
Yeah.
you know, and the music
It's the best way.
is the best way to connect with our light, with our divine, with whom we are for real. And yeah, I think
Thank you.
should
So I
be
saw
okay,
that you sing and also you play instruments. You play gamboozi, guitar, daf. So you are
And hang,
multi-instrument,
yeah.
hang, yes. Nice. So
I'm a singer before anything, but I love to play different instruments.
you accompany yourself. Okay, let's continue with Papa, if you like. So welcome here. You are from Senegal. as I
Merci.
think. So you live there or you live here in Europe?
Ja, ich kann
Yes, sure.
sprechen Französisch. Hein?
Okay.
Ja, nee, j'ai vécu 25 ans à Paris, donc là où on s'est connus avec Nawal. Et on a joué un moment ensemble, et ça fait 20 ans, on ne s'est pas retrouvés, et c'est l'occasion justement, là on se retrouve. Et à Paris, j'ai pratiquement fait toute ma carrière. Je viens de la musique traditionnelle, mais j'ai toujours été curieux et ouvert pour explorer d'autres univers, d'autres musiques, et c'est ce qui m'a permis d'être aujourd'hui à un niveau international.
Yeah, thank you. So you play your music, your traditional music, and your own music.
Beaucoup d'influences traditionnelles et surtout mes propres compositions. Et je donne aussi beaucoup de workshops en tant que percussionniste, beaucoup de collaborations avec les écoles de musique et voilà, beaucoup d'autres projets à mon nom personnel.
Thank you. I'm sorry, my French. I don't speak French, but I understand because I'm Italian. Luckily, I'm Italian, but I understood something. No, I understand everything, just phonetically because we have these skills. But thank you. So we continue with Ahmed. We know each other a long time. So tell us, what's your roots? Where do you come from? You play wood and also other things you sing.
Yeah. So I come from a small city in the north of the Algerian desert. People don't know Algeria where it is. I met some people they don't know. So
Really?
Yes. So it's between Tunisia and Morocco. and we are from the Mediterranean Sea. We are African, North African. Yeah. So Algeria have different cultures. It's a big country where Amazigh culture meets Arab culture, deep African culture, European culture.
European, yeah.
So it's Mediterranean Sea. We know how it is like
Mixture,
mixed.
yeah, mezcla.
So I come from traditionally we sing weddings or baptism.
Baptism.
Or I don't know, just meet with the friends. We sing together, we play together, even on small pots of tomato sauce. We make drums and we play and we make our small instruments. So it's this. We had not the opportunity to buy instruments, or so it was the beginning. Singing as kind. We can go to the weddings, and where in the weddings we don't culture traditional, but we don't mix women and men's. But as kind or teenager, we have the permission to go and see and hear and get. They play a lot of music with women there in Algeria, and they sing and they dance. And as Nawal, I come also from this tradition of Sufi tradition in the singing and for Allah and the Prophet in this state of ecstasy, also sharing love together and sharing. So there was the germs of music, the rhythms and clapping and dancing together.
And because there in Algeria is close to Morocco, as you said, you named the Sufi music, but also there is the Gnawa music, which is so there are connections between
Morocco and Algeria.
both.
Yes.
And you grow up there.
I grew up in Algeria before I go to France to study mechanics and physics. It's a long story. For the university.
I studied economics, so
I
can understand this.
And there I started to perform in public, like official, with the oud in France.
But now you live here.
I live in Freiburg.
You live in Freiburg. So you moved from France to here for the music?
I think the first thing is when I was traveling in Europe with a bicycle, making a bicycle tour, and in Freiburg, it was the first city in Germany when I came here with my bicycle, and I heard that there is a festival here. I came, it was Tamburi Mundi.
Yeah.
Before 9 years ago. 9 years ago. Yeah.
So Tamburi Mundi is the reason why you are here, more or less.
Improvisation.
You can say improvisation.
The improvisation. It's mostly what I like this area, and it was Tamburi Mundi had offered this a place for improvisation. It was, if you remember, it was a jam corner.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, this is jam corner.
Of course.
And then we were making shakshuka.
Ah, yeah.
Do you know shakshuka?
Yeah, you told me about shakshuka. Explain what shakshuka is, please.
Okay. Shakshuka, you know shakshuka?
No.
So there is some people that will say it's Palestinian, but it's not Palestinian. It's from North Africa. That means you mix things together and you will get a beautiful thing, tasty. You can eat it cold or warm. The most basic thing in shakshuka is onions, tomatoes, and paprika. All together with olive oil and salt. That's it, shakshuka. And this we make shakshuka with the music. Is to everyone bring his
joining
own,
and bring his own stuff, different stuff together with shakshuka.
Yeah. So tonight there is a part we have some pieces, and also we have a lot of shakshuka.
So let's talk about tonight, and I come back to Nawal. If you like to explain us something about this meeting, also with Murat, the idea of the concert, what you are going to. First of all, your meeting. How do you meet together, and what's the idea of the concept of tonight?
How do we meet? We open our ear, our heart, and there's some song. There's a first part, the rehearsal without me, because I'm in France and they're all in here in Freiburg. And then there's a part I did send them song, so they had to work without me with my song. And then we rehearse a little bit this afternoon. But we also have a part, we have a part of improvisation. There's a part of respecting the songs and playing around these songs, like we had to learn the song before, and then a part of make our soap, a shakshuka. And but the thing, the more important thing is this desire, this intention, like we say in our culture of Islam. It's intention. There's everything needs an intention, and the intention is better than the result. Because what is my intention? So tonight, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but what I wish and what I understand is that we want to do a kind of modern ritual. Modern ritual, like, okay, there's no the fire, we don't kill nobody, there's no, incense and all the magic of the ritual beside the sound.
Okay, good. For no human sacrifice.
Not the public, nobody on.
It's good to know. So
you can come. Okay, relax. And looking for trancey music. And I think, I don't know all about the others, but I think there's something I can say in myself. This is my goal every time I sing. But I believe that's also like your Sufi too, like, there's something in all of us, doing in his way, this intention of touching, communicating with my own divine heart, yours, my musician around, the musician around, and the public, to make with, it's my wish. Like, I would love that the public at time forgets that they are in a public and forget that we are artists here, but we are all together, like in a real ritual. That's my goal. And will you tell me after the show?
I'm sure it will happen. It will be like that. Because also I remember you, I saw here in Tamburi Mundi some years ago, you performed in a church. And it was very, such a mystic atmosphere that you were able to create. I remember very well. So I'm sure that tonight is going to happen something like that. And I would like to ask to Pape and also to Ahmed, you met together and you decide to share the music. So with this goal that Nawal said, with this intention, you should choose pieces, perform, so practically music. So what was the process, the path that brought you to choose, the list for tonight? Because every one of you came from his own tradition. To share it, should do you found a common ground, or you just put something together? How did you mind like that? Who wants to answer me? Pape. Maybe you can translate in French.
Tu peux juste me résumer?
Ah oui. Comment on a réussi à faire le set, les morceaux d'aujourd'hui? Est-ce qu'on les a
Le choix des
recherchés?
Moi, je pense qu'on est parti du thème principal. Le thème principal est la spiritualité. Donc, par rapport, à partir du thème principal, chacun a mis un focus sur le thème. Bon, parce qu'on est tous, on a tous tellement de bagages, tellement de matériel dans nos tiroirs, et donc en fonction du thème, chacun a apporté sa contribution, mais en restant dans le thème spirituel. Hein, et je pense que c'est comme ça qu'on est arrivé à construire le concept que Mourad voulait comme thème spirituel.
C'est ouais, voilà, pour citer Mourad, to cite Mourad, he was the magnet who pulled us all together to say, hey, let's together make this event. And he's also from his origin. He's not here, but
yeah, please.
Yes. We have similar. We share similar events or similar ceremonies. Also, the theme is spiritual, and ceremonies also it can be wedding or I don't know, to share happiness, just to be together and to fire. I was going to
celebrate.
To celebrate, yes. And so Murat was this magnet to put us all together. And yes, he had some pieces from his culture, from his childhood. Maybe he heard when he was young, and it can be. It's talking to me, so I can propose something going in the same direction to have like kind of. We are different, but we are flowing in the same river. So.
Et aussi avec l'expérience de Mourad, quand il a eu ce thème, il a su qui appeler pour pour avoir ce qu'il veut vraiment dans ce, voilà, parce qu'il y a plein d'autres musiciens, mais il a su qui rassembler pour vraiment avoir ce qu'il voulait comme thème spirituel.
I think I understood, but also for the people, if Nawal or Ahmed, would you like to translate the
Papa wants to say that's also thanks to Murat, also because of his experience and his background as a musician and connections with musicians. He knew which musicians to call for this theme of ceremonial spiritual. And he chose us, or we chose each other somehow without knowing, but yeah.
And I'm so happy because actually you guys didn't know that, but last year there was a proposal from I don't remember the name of this big institute, Goat Institute, and then. And I heard about that. It was about to create not like ritual, but to create music with two different nationalities, two different countries, online, because we couldn't meet. And when I heard about that, I called Murat. I say, what if we do something together? And then we talk about, and then we decide that we want to mix the spirituality and it's more than spirituality, because it's also, when you talk about ritual, there's also mysticism. So and all that for me and for Murat, I guess it's also healing music. Because when you go inside the heart, then we are into healing music. So yes, and we decided to do that, and we asked, but they didn't choose us. But everything is okay, because who knows? Maybe somewhere that inspire him. Maybe not. We'll ask him. But anyway, for me, it just makes, at least for sure, he shows me, because we already maybe talk about. I mean, like you say, it's not the first time I'm here. at Tamburi Mundi, and he know what I'm doing. He know I'm a spiritual mystic woman. But also, yeah, we had this desire last year to do that online, and we couldn't do it. And it just makes sense that we do it today.
Yeah, we are lucky that we have the chance to listen to you tonight. So I will. Time is over. I am afraid, but I want to thank you for this chat, with this conversation, and we will wait for the people and coming tonight in the Iverk at 20, I think. Yes, is it right? Yes, at 20. And I would like to say that this concert will be recorded also by a radio, SWR2,
SVR.
SVR, yeah. And we look forward to see you performing tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Francesco.
Ahmed, Haji Ahmed, Nawal, and Pape, and Murat will be in the concert tonight. So thank you. Applause. So we are done.
Thanks to you.
Yeah, we are done for today's channel, and your second moderator and in substitution says you goodbye. Have a nice afternoon, and we'll see you around here in Freiburg in the next days. And also in the channel tomorrow with me. Yes. Bye bye. Ciao ciao. Arrivederci.
Ciao.
Arrivederci.